Today's edition. Today we're going to talk about the Seattle Seahawks and how the Washington Commanders can pull a victory out in that rainy city on the West Coast in the Washington State. We also want to talk about this week some things that's been going on in the timeline. Sam Howell has a lot of people in shambles. My timeline is definitely in shambles. LJ's timeline is definitely in shambles. So we're going to talk about that. We also going to have some people in the comments to give their take on Sam Howell. There's a lot of top 15 conversations going on about Sam Howell and some of this Commander fans. Well, we'll talk about that on the other side of this.
Shout out Redzone In the Lab podcast.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's Benjamin St. Jude's, DB for the Washington Commanders. I want to give a big shout out to Redzone In the Lab podcast.
Welcome to Redzone In the Lab podcast. I am Deuce, LJ, and Simple is in the building. And of course, Yam is here on the other side of the world. Appreciate you for joining, Yam, for sure. LJ.
Yeah.
How really you feeling? Why you got the glasses on, LJ?
I gotta block all them haters.
Them haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? The
Commanders. Yeah, man.
Right. Hey.
What's going on, BigSimple?
Not much. I can't call it. I might spoil it. You know what I'm saying?
I just love it. All right, LJ. So my timeline is in shambles. The Giants are in shambles. Other NFL teams are in shambles because Sam Howell's getting a lot of national attention.
Yeah.
And it's not a place where even us Commander fans is not used to. People don't believe it. They question if something is Photoshop, all types of things. I'm telling you, Commander fans, it's okay for your quarterback to be in top 15 conversation. LJ, where are you with this last week of Sam Howell prop national?
Yeah, you're right. We're not used to it, so it's a little scary for people to just kind of admit that he either is better than they thought. I think a lot of us were hopeful, but still reserved and skeptical. But I'm ripping the Band-Aid off, and we got our franchise quarterback. So.
What about you, Big Sam? Where you at?
I'm right on that boat train. Pause, but I'm on that ride. I'm on that ride. I like to say that because Sam Howell, he makes all the throws. He stays in the pocket, and when they got the offensive line together, he gotten even better. So that's a bar, but I like that. I like that. A franchise quarterback. I like that.
All right. Before we go into Seattle, just kind of look back on this game against Bill Belichick. Some of the things we kind of thought about last week on how we going to be able to win that game and the different things that Bill Belichick was going to do. LJ, I don't think it's fair. A lot of fans kind of dismissed that game and even just the NFL world in general because he doesn't have the Hall of Fame talent he used to have on the defensive side of the ball. But to me, he still was mixing things up, right? He still was disguising coverages. He still was sending blitzes. He still had a lot of pre-snap motion. Some of the things that the Bills did to confuse Sam Howell, Bill Belichick did it also, and Sam Howell picked it apart. I think he was 8 of 11, 150-something yards and a touchdown when blitzing. So what do you think about that performance from Sam Howell?
No, I think it was amazing. I tell you, before the game, I said I wasn't really looking at our defense, which I know a lot of people were with, Chase and Sweat being gone. But my focus was, for me, the storyline was Howell versus Belichick and Belichick's defensive mindset. And regardless of even what the, final score was, I wanted to see how, that matchup was. And yes, you're right. Belichick doesn't have the talent. Maybe he did during some of those Super Bowl runs, but there's also so much of strategy and mind games in, within the defensive scheme. So to see growth, that's a big key this year. And I think that people are maybe failing to see it's the growth in Sam. And you just pointed it out is, okay, he failed quite a bit during the Bills, but now he's seeing those similar things and he's succeeding. That's the growth we want to see. That's exactly what you want to see in a young quarterback. I was impressed. I mean, obviously there's always going to be some things to continue working on, but I like where we're at. And I liked how Sam came back and battled. And oh my gosh, some of those throws. I think those were a couple of the most amazing throws of his career in that game.
Where you at, Simple?
Sure, in that Patriots game, that's what I was mostly looking at too. Just how he was playing in that game. Sam Howell against Belichick. That's the only thing I was really looking forward to, because when they would start talking about the defense, I said I ain't really care, what the defense was doing, because it's been giving up 30 points half of the darn time. They should have did something. You feel me? So I gotta give it up to Sam Howell. He did his thing, and he just played out of his mind. He could have had down there at least about four touchdown passes in that game, at least.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody didn't, if they just catch the ball, that's all he had to do, So I feel good about Sam Howell. He's gonna do his thing. He gonna keep on doing this thing. I believe in
him. Go ahead, LJ.
I was gonna say, when he had that 23-yard scramble, I was just like,
oh yeah,
running with him. That was great. I loved it. I could have had it the week before and won my parlay, but that's fine. I'm not bitter.
The crazy thing about that run is that I didn't even realize, because I think it was a different marker.
Yes. It was a field goal marker.
Yeah.
That threw me off too.
It threw me off. So I was like, is he that close? Is he not that close? Like, what's all these markers? What is going on here? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. He actually scrambled, broke a tackle, spent off, got enough for the first down, and kept the clock moving. Yeah. That was awesome. He's showing the different things that he can do outside of the pocket. He's just making so many good decisions. He has definitely grown. He's grown. He's progressing every week, and he's far better than a lot of guys that's been in the league for a few years. Yes, Daniel Jones. That's exactly who we're talking about. And like when it comes to the defense, let's talk about the defense, LJ. One of the things that I said last week, I didn't think he was going to see any difference. I thought it was going to look the same. It was going to be the same. I didn't think it was going to be any difference. Did you see a difference in the defense?
No, I'm with you. Well, let me take that back. Yes, we only allowed 17 points and won the game. So
there you go.
And look, I loved Sweat. I was a big fan, and I was a proponent of Chase. And I remember being on this podcast in Spaces early in the season, and I was all, chase this, chase that. He's coming in. Da, da, da. So I'm not a hater. But here we are. We're moving on. And I was totally fine with what obviously, again, there's mistakes. But look, Forbes was doing great. We held them to 17 points. We made some key stops. My biggest concern has been this season, third downs. I feel like we did better getting off the field, creating turnovers. So, yeah.
What about you, Simple?
Yeah. The main thing I was looking at on the defensive side, changes was made, but I look at the main thing is Emmanuel Forbes. You feel me? Because he needed that confidence. He really did need that confidence, because Patriots they didn't really had a lot of talent out there, but he was doing his job. You feel me? And not only that, I'm over here preaching. I'm over here preaching Ron Rivera, but overall, looking at Emmanuel Forbes, he doing this thing. He needed that game. Let's see if he can keep that up against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something to watch. And for me, I think Jack dialed up a few more blitzes. We did see some blitzes from the corners, some from the safeties, the nickel, the linebackers. The defense played, pretty good, but it's not like a thing where I can say, oh, they were so much better without Chase and
Right.
Sweat.
Mhm.
Right? It wasn't that at all. JSW, he didn't set the edge a couple times that game, and Dane Jones was able to get out the pocket a little bit. So it's the same things that we've been seeing, and I don't think it's going to be a big difference. The blitz is still not smooth. When we're blitzing, it's not timed correctly, so it just doesn't seem like we practice those.
Right.
So whatever it is for the rest of the season, I don't think it's going to be like, oh, look, we got so much better. Maybe the locker room is better, maybe, from all the shots that's been getting thrown out. And so, but I don't know, but I don't think it's a whole big difference to the defense at all. And let's talk about that a little bit. We talked about Sweat and it seemed real good. He said his thank yous, and Commander said, wish you the best of luck. And when we traded Chase, they posted a picture with him in his knee brace, which I thought was shade. There's no way you can get around it. I know you have more pictures from this year without Chase in a knee brace. And, Chase didn't do a thank you.
I don't think he still has.
No, he still hasn't. No, he still hasn't. So, just to kind of close the chapter on Chase and Montez, what was your whole thing from the reaction between the team and Chase from him being in San Francisco, LJ?
Yeah, it goes back to where there's a lot of, I guess, trauma, if you will, with this fan base and the team and the leaks and the snide remarks behind people's backs and et cetera. So, I don't know where it came from, but here's my view. You can do tit for tat, or you can just be a grown up on your own. So two wrongs don't make a right. And everybody is accountable for their own. So I'm not a part of this. Well, the team did it, so he can do it. I don't play that game. So that's where I'm at. And again, moving on, I wish him the best. I don't have any ill will. It is kind of funny that, I just looked at his Instagram. He hasn't posted anything. And that's, look, is there a rule that says you have to post? No, but does everybody do it? Yeah. So what does that say about Chase, and how does that make him look? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If he wants to be petty, be petty. I don't care. It's his life. He's got a bunch of money, and we're moving on. So
I feel you on that.
Yeah, how you at? Let's close it out. Let's let you close it out with that simple. Where you at with the Chase? No reply. Or no response. That's what you call it.
He ghosted us.
He really didn't care, Like I was always a big fan of Chase, but I mean, whatever he do on his spare time, I don't know. But at the end of the day, he's gone, and I gotta take it. You just take it. You feel me? But Chase Young, he a grown man. He gotta do what he gotta do. And when he go to the 49ers, I hope he get more sacks than he ever get before. You feel me? I hope he do those things, But at the end of the day, he not with my team. I can't really pinpoint it right now, but I'm hoping that he does well. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's at. All right, let's go through some of these. Chase, what's good? Chase is in the building. That's right. Hashtag build around Sam. Hashtag build around Sam. Season 14, seeing the future now. Quarterback switches. We got a solid win over a team we should have beat. It was closer than the tape or score really knows. Thanks, JDI. Yeah, I do not like JDI. People not sold yet on Sam, at least as a Zerby starting 24. What are y'all watching? I don't know what they're watching. John Schwaller, appreciate you for joining. This might be your first time commenting. I love that Forbes had a great game and all, but I need to see it a bit more consistent and against. That's fair. That's definitely fair. But you want him to be good or great against competition like that. You don't want it to be even. You don't want it to be where he won some, he lost some. You want him to be dominant against that type of competition.
Right.
I don't care what guys say after they leave. That's fair too. My only issue with Chase is that I know he knew he was getting traded before social. Yeah, that was cap.
Yeah.
That was definitely cap. Like, that was definitely cap because him and Sweat has the same cap, right? Him and Sweat has the same agency. I think Sweat, I keep forgetting who he's represented by. And I think Chase actually has Rich Paul. But either way, that's a grade A organization. Chase, you didn't find out on social media. Chase said he found out from his agent. I'm sure Chase found out from his agent too. What else do we have? He's going to have a again. Yeah, we'll see. He probably going to be like LT that game only, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Order me a B-Rob jersey. I need him to eat this week. Got to say a prayer for those Steelers fans. They trying to believe in little Kenny. Yeah, man, Kenny failed them. That's the other fan base. Kenny has failed them. Two Hands has failed them.
Yeah. I heard a lot.
They was mad at us in the space, LJ. They was mad.
They would.
We were like, we're here for you. We understand where you are. We understand where you are. We've been there. We've been there. But yeah, we got this game coming up against the Seattle Seahawks. I believe it's at 4:25 on Sunday. Is it still going to be raining?
I think so. And I mean, and here's the thing with Seattle is it's not like, oh, it pours rains. It's kind of sometimes just this misty rain, like you're walking through a shower, like a light shower. It's just kind of an annoying.
I feel you on
yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how it could be. It might, maybe some nice weather pops out.
I'm trying to find this post from you, LJ.
Oh, about my friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how many people know, but I most of my life actually lived in Washington State. Like I've only been in Wisconsin 7 years. And so, I mean, I've been going to Seattle Seahawks games since the 90s, back in the Kingdome and the Dave Craig and, era and all that. And so I, went, I was like 02. I saw him in the playoff game in 07, regular season 08, 11. I didn't get to go back in 17. But going back to it was the 07 season after Sean Taylor was murdered and Todd Collins is our quarterback and we limp into the wild card and we're in Seattle and, they're just coming off, mind you, a 2005 Super Bowl appearance and their fan base is just rabid. They don't know how to act like they've been there before because they hadn't. And so I find the Extreme Skins tailgate. I'm by myself and I can only get one ticket. And people, it was ruthless. I'm telling you, it was ruthless. Men were pushing me. Men were pushing kids. Like, it was crazy. I was literally a little bit afraid for my safety. So this gal, Teresa, I don't know if she came from the DMV. There's a lot of people in from the DMV. And we're like, we gotta go to the bathroom. So we go together to the porta potties, to make sure we weren't, safe and all that. Nobody tipped us over in a porta potty. And I've had this picture ever since. And I've tried throughout the years to find her. I just wish someday it'd be cool. She was so fun, so nice. And anyway, so if anybody knows who she is or if people can retweet, I would love to meet up with her again someday.
And there she is, her and LJ. There, the tweet is also on the timeline. If you all can kind of go search it. And trying to see Seattle, you can under LJ's at LJ_4869, just search Seattle week. And if you can retweet that for her, to try to find Teresa.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. I put that tweet early on Facebook, and yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, I got you.
That that tweet about people mad at Sam Howell because he might be the reason why Ron Rivera stayed. Oh, that rain game, run. No, like he's not going to run, John. He showed you that in the game. What did we play? Who did we play at home? And it was pouring down rain, and he was still throwing the ball. That game, LJ was the only one out there with no poncho on.
Was that the Bills?
The Bills game.
That was a
Is that
Bills.
the Bills game?
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely fun. All right, let's talk about some keys.
Okay.
Some keys to this game. Let's start with you, BigSimple. What are some keys to this game to beat the Seattle Seahawks?
Mainly, I mainly looked at the Ravens game last week and seeing what they was doing. I understand that was Lamar Jackson, but we have to be just a little bit balanced with Seattle. If you be balanced on the offense attack, on the offense attack, we'll be okay. And now we did run the ball a little bit last week, a little bit more, as I was saying, but I think we run it just a tad little bit more in this game. That would be good for that. That's the key. But I'm gonna say, yeah. That's all I got right now. That's all I got.
What you got, LJ?
Well, obviously DK is one to watch. He's been battling a hip issue. Sat out yesterday. I didn't see today's injury report yet. I couldn't find it as of an hour ago. I'm pretty sure he's going to play. But I definitely think, seeing because they really just have him and Lockett. They don't spread it around as much as we do. So kind of watching Forbes and how he's going to come back, from a good game. But regarding the Seattle defense, obviously Bobby Wagner, but they've got some good linebackers. So I think if we can, like Simple was saying, keep a more balanced game, we got to stay ahead of the chains and keep that crowd out of it too. We can't be getting in these 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 9s constantly. That crowd is going to be crazy, and so we just got to stay ahead of the chains there. One other thing I wanted to mention is I didn't realize this earlier. But Geno Smith has been turning the ball over quite a bit.
Yep.
And I think this might be a real prime opportunity. We need more turnovers from our defense. And I'm really looking for this game to be that real breakout. Let's get 2-3 interceptions. Let's get a couple fumbles. Let's get 5-6 turnovers. Why not?
Yeah, I'm with you all. My wife hit me up, said I need to clean my camera.
I thought just maybe you got a light out.
I don't know. I was having this issue yesterday too. Is it better?
It just kind of looks like usually it's bright or like you have an extra light on or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. So I think she told me to stop saying her name. So I think if, like, to the point about Geno, if you can stop Walker and that running offense, if you can stop them from running and put Geno in a situation where he has to throw from the pocket, that's the best chance for us to be successful against the Seahawks offense, because it takes away the play action. It takes away him being able to get out the pocket on rollouts. It takes away all of those things. That's why his turnovers are increasing, because teams have been able to stop the run. And their defense is very fast. They're very, very fast. I think they have one of the top teams in rushing the passer in sacks. They blitz from everywhere. Devin Witherspoon is having a crazy year since he started. Came back, because I think he missed the first few games in the season, and he has come back on fire. He comes from everywhere, and he comes downhill, and he comes downhill fast. Oh, yeah. This defense hits, and they hit hard. And they're very fast. So we have to, like, Sam Howell's going to have to check, like, pre-snap. He's going to have to recognize what they're going to do, recognize where they're coming from, and make good decisions, get the ball out quick. But for us on defense, we have to stop the runs. Worry about stopping the run. And the thing that we're not going to do is run the ball. I think what the Ravens had like 300 rushing yards or something. It was some crazy number, right?
300 and down there 300 yards.
Yeah, it was some crazy number.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be us at all. But I do think EB is going to do some more of the quick game, which he's shown. I mean, what do you like? So LJ B-Rob had 18 carries last week. He had 18 carries against the Patriots. This game right here, you will want him to have 18 carries,
right?
Also in this game, but I don't think EB purposely did that. What do you think?
Well, obviously you got a game plan a little different depending on the team and weather and ground condition, etc. But I was shocked. There's another run play. Another run play because I was not expecting it. But I think honestly, I actually think that we will see that kind of run game this weekend. EB being I say younger in this, but him and Howell kind of learning all of this together in a younger offense that we have. It doesn't surprise me that there are some, I guess, what I call experiments, or let's see if this works, let's see if that works. And maybe EB's kind of coming to the realization that we do need a little bit more run, game. And that is going to help Sam in the long run. So
what do you think, Simple? You think it's a must that we run the football? Simple?
I think just to keep it, I mean, I'm saying like just keep the team all balanced. Yeah, we have to run the football just a tad little bit, just to keep them all balanced. Because then the quick game will come and all that. It'll come fluently, like it'll develop easily. Because long as that running back there getting like I say 4 or 5 yards per carry, you should be okay. You should be okay.
Yeah, I think he will run the ball, like Evie said in his press conference. They keep doing the little things good. We'll keep running the ball. It's like it's a treat for the old line. Y'all gonna have to earn us to run the ball. I was like, Evie is wow, boy. He want to throw that rock, and then a lot of the within 5 yards too, being able to get the ball off quick. Those are extensions of the run for sure. I think we're going to continue to see those and for him to stick with it, because he did stick with it against the Patriots, and I think he'll do the same thing. So when it comes to that, so those are my keys. What about some key matchups? I know one, which is not a matchup, but like Chase was saying about Quan Martin, him and Weatherspoon played side by side for a couple years at Illinois, and I think he wants to kind of show him up. And also, that he belongs. I'm not sure, where those, as he's going to get as many snap counts. He's not for sure, but I mean, you never know. So I really want to see what Quan Martin is able to do. But for you, Simple, what matchups are you looking for?
Mainly, I look at Terry McLaurin and what's the dude name from Seattle? Number 27, the corner. I can't. Woody. I can't really get his name, but it's dope. It's that matchup I'm really looking forward to. It's kind of interesting because that dude run like a 4.3. The man can run, flat out run. I like his game. I'm looking forward to that matchup. And another one, I'm hoping that our offensive line play some good for this time. I'm hoping that our offensive line actually keep our quarterback clean. Let's see if we can keep it clean. The D line and Seattle's D line versus our offensive line. I want to see that.
LJ.
So I see that, Seattle does like to use a couple of their tight ends. They're, it's not just like one or the other. So and obviously with Barton out, our linebacking crew seems to always be a question mark. And I don't know, 20 years ago, we have a completely different team, and we still have linebacker issues on tight ends. So that's something that I'm looking in this game is, how are our linebacking, the depth, and how are we going to deal with their tight ends? They've got two pretty quality, guys over there. So, and both of their tight ends can block too. So
yeah, Will Disley and Noah Fant
mm-hmm.
can block. Noah Fant can also get down the field. That's what the Cowboys. What's up, Cole? Cole mad because it's Sam Howell QB2 in the NFC East.
Yeah, he mad about that.
Yeah. Blitz Gino. Yeah, we have to blitz Gino. I think we need to blitz Gino. We don't want him just sitting back there because he will pick you apart.
That's
we
true.
have to get home for sure.
Right.
Yo, what up, Chuck? What up, Chuck? So that's something I'm very interested to see. Of course, Jamal Adams. I think he was talking about Woolen, Rick Woolen. Yeah, and their defense is very fast.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm definitely. Oh, hold on, Jason Peters is starting.
Oh, is he back
they
in?
just signed him. I don't know because I think Cross has been hurt. I know he was on an injury report.
Like 46 now. Jeez, Jason Peters. How much child support you got to pay?
Wait a minute, Jason Peters.
Yeah, from the Eagles.
Yeah, he was with the Cowboys last year.
Yeah.
I know Cross, the starter left tackle, was hurt. He's been hurt, so I'm not sure if he's going to be on the injury report.
Good.
Not. But yeah, that's something to see our slot receivers versus Devin Witherspoon. I'm looking forward to see that because Terry, Jahan, all those guys play in the slot right now. About to say Debo. Curtis Samuel is still questionable, so we're not sure if he's gonna go or not. So then you have Crowder, who's been playing phenomenal, right? He's been playing phenomenal. He's like 42 years old, but he's still getting open, catching passes. And Pringle showed out last week. He had a couple big catches. So, but I think I'm looking to see that. Hopefully we can get up, score early, and force them a few three and outs, like you said, AJ, some turnovers. Let's keep that up for him for sure. All right. So what about some breakout players, LJ? What are some breakout players you have for this week?
Well, I think we're going to continue to see more of Pringle, especially if Curtis is still hurting. Even if Curtis plays a little bit, maybe he doesn't play as much. I think Pringle's got a good skill set there. So I would see that. And then I'm continuing on the defensive side for Forbes. I'm a big fan, and I want to see that kid just continue to grow and take one back to the house. God, what a place to do it too if he could pull that off here in Seattle.
Yeah. What are your spotlight players? Simple.
On the offensive side, I'm gonna say, God, is a good one too. I'm gonna go Logan Thomas. I think he gonna do a few things. He did a lot of good things in that Patriots game, but I think Logan Thomas is gonna do a few things in that game. On the defensive side, I'm gonna go ahead with Benjamin St. Juice against what's his name?
Lockett, DK.
Yeah, I think Lockett gonna be on him. But I think Benjamin St. Juice is gonna be on
DK Metcalf.
Yeah, I think that's with that.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup to see because I don't know, like JDR switches it up often now. I can't really keep track. Sometimes he has the guys following him. Sometimes he don't. But what I did notice last week, let me know if you all did, when Forbes did come into the game, Kendall Fuller moved to left cornerback and Forbes went to right cornerback, which I think he played more of in college. So that's something I want to kind of see if that continues. I wonder if that's something that they discussed and talked about to kind of help him progress. But like Yam said, keep him in the game, just let him grow, Yeah, he got beat real bad, but put him back out. Then you want to bring him back. Well, we don't want to rehash that. but one thing I will say about Forbes is that he hasn't gotten bullied. And I know that was some of the things that people was talking about because AJ Brown's size and DK Metcalf's size, he's having issues against big wide receivers. It's not like he's out there just getting pushed around. You know what I mean? And he's getting, that one push off in the end zone for the touchdown. DK is pushing everybody off. It's not maybe Ramsey might be the only cornerback that he's just not pushing off like that. So I think that, but this is the thing with first round picks. Like everything is maximized. Everything you do wrong is maximized. And you want to be picked in the first round. That was your dream. You're getting paid instead, but so you're gonna have to take a lot of the heat. That's gonna come for sure. But for me, for my spotlight play, I like the Logan Thomas pick. We haven't seen too much of him the last couple games because Sam has been spreading the ball across the field. He's been spreading it across the field. I think 9 targets last week. Each one of those had 2 or more targets, which I think was awesome. So he's really spreading the ball around. Of course, Terry and Jahan had 7 and 8 targets respectively last week. So I think he's going to continue to do that. He's growing. He's continued to grow. EB is trusting him more. He's trusting EB more. They're trusting themselves more. The last 2 weeks, he's been caught in audibles, right? He has this little like hello thing he does and some other things. Like he's caught in audibles at the line of scrimmage, which he wasn't doing in the beginning of the year, which shows progression. And he's saying go. Like when he hike, he says go. I haven't heard that since I was like in elementary school. Go. I haven't. That's something crazy. I haven't heard that since elementary school. But I'm looking for Antonio Gibson. I know I've been kind of hard on Antonio. I think he had a good game last week, but this is a game that he can really be effective because he's faster. Of course, he's quicker than B-Rob. So just getting him out on the edges and some dump offs and some easy things, some screens possibly to get him out in the open field will kind of match up against the speed of the Seahawks for this Sunday. I guess, hey, look, let's do hot takes. Give me a hot take for this week. You start with you, Simple. Give me a hot take, a bold prediction, hot take for this week.
Okay.
Well, think about it. Let me go to the comments while y'all think about it. Because of course my Twitter's still blowing up. My spotlight play. Oh, look, Chase, you doing the same thing. Need Lil Bill to dial up those screens. Gotta let him keep learning or he won't get better. That's true one. Cuzzo's in the building. Even if O-line can hold up, we can end game 4 for 4 quarters of football. And I think the line, they're pretty good. Everyone is doing pretty good. Sam getting the ball out, EB calling good plays. The line is doing good on the protections. I think the sacks last week, except for one, I think we had 2 cover sacks. He didn't have nowhere to really go with the ball, and one of them was like a -1 yard, something like that, because he was able to scramble and get up. So I think the O-line did pretty good. So, all right, give me a hot take, bold take, Simple.
All right. I say Sam Howell. Like I said, Sam Howell. I'm gonna go with Sam Howell. Sam Howell gets off in this game some type of way. I say
just say it.
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns. That's right.
What?
That's right.
5. I say 5 350 yards.
I like it. I think that's more if we get down to the goal line inside the red zone. It's possible. I mean, he got 3 real quick in Atlanta. I thought he was going to get that 5. Boy, he got it real quick. Yeah. So, all right, what you got, LJ?
Well, I think this is where we see Forbes' pick 6.
All right.
I think we do. And I was going to say Sam going, 300 for 3 TDs. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we got 5 TDs, 2 rushing, 3 receiving, but defense, that's what Forbes. I think we get 2 or 3 picks in this game.
Chase says my hot take is we don't give up a sack all game. I like that. Hot take, secondary gets gashed for a 50-plus yard pass to seal the game. for Seattle. I don't want to be right. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw someone earlier said that. I mean, I forget the receivers, but essentially they were looking at like 4 receiving touchdowns for Seattle. I thought, well, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, they got some. They got some. They got some. I mean, Tyler Lockett is the best receiver over there. Like he's wide receiver one. You got Lockett. You got JSN. So you have some. They have receivers, and they have a quarterback that can get them the ball, that can push the ball downfield.
Right.
So it's not going to be like the Patriots at all. We're going to have to play some defense. These cornerbacks going to have to play some defense, especially if we're not getting to Geno within like 2.5 seconds. If he can get back to that backdrop and scan the field, we're going to be in trouble for sure. That's what we don't want. EB next head coach. Everyone wants that next year, Sam. You say 4 touchdowns for Sam for a hot take. And that's something we definitely going to talk about as the season begins to wind down. But it can go in so many different directions. This is a very unique situation that we can't look back at any point in time in the NFL where we can say, well, this happened then. I mean, new owner, head coach on a lame duck year, new OC, 5th round pick playing very, very well. You have a talent on this roster. You trade away your number 2 pick. You trade around your 22nd pick in the same day. Well, was the same day or day after? I don't remember. I think it was a day apart. But it's so much going on, to a point where if you get to the playoffs, you might keep your head coach. If you don't, you may fire him. Or some people say he need to win the Super Bowl in order to come back. I won't know if that'll be that drastic, but it's so many different things that can happen with this team. That's why, hey, let's just take it one game. One game at a time. Casey Toohill gets 3 sacks, Foles gets 6. I will love it, Garrett. I will love it. Oh, Casey Toohill get 3 sacks. This timeline is gonna be nasty. B-Rob opens game with the touchdown. Great show, guys and guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, I honestly don't see EB being the head coach 2024. I hope he is still here, but I just don't see it. Remember, it's real early where Yam is, so he's still waking up. So don't pay Yam. But I love Yam, and he's across all of the Washington Commanders content.
Oh yeah,
guys on everybody's station showing mad love and support. So we definitely appreciate Yam. All right, score predictions. I did mine with Doug. Let me just make sure. But let's go to you, Simple. What's your score prediction?
I just did mine with CJ, so I went like 27-24.
Commanders?
Yeah.
You don't know. You got to say it. I don't know.
Man.
All right, for me, I went 24-23 Commanders. What about you, LJ?
I'm going a little higher. I don't think either defense is that great. But I'm looking at something more like I wouldn't, 35-28, 35-31 Washington.
Yeah, I mean, we're putting up points, and our defense is giving up points, so I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know whatever the over is, I would take it.
Yeah.
I don't give gambling advice though. Don't listen to me.
Glenn, what it do?
Hey, Glenn.
Murs to watch 23-17, won 24-17. Good guys. I can do more better work than the traditional broadcast media these days. For sure. 28 Seahawks 17. I like that score. Mm-hmm. Jay, where you been at, Jay? I haven't seen you in a while in the spaces, man. Come on now. This is the time, Sam Howell, MVP conversations. You better get in here while you can.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man. All right. So that's pretty much it. I think we will have a victory. Like Real just says, always rain in Seattle. Hopefully it's just like a mist and not showers, just a little mist or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we're definitely going to see what that game looks like. Yam has 30, 24 sea chickens in a nail biter heartbreak. Man. I'm not mad. All right, LJ. Any last words you got, LJ?
Yeah, I was looking at the weather real quick. Hang on, 2 shakes here, and it looks like scattered. It'd be like 50 degrees and scattered rain.
Mhm.
So, my final thoughts is this: I hope that everyone who's in Seattle has a good time. I hope they don't have any problems with their fans. We all get out of there without any injuries, and we come back with the W. And then I'm really excited after we win because Sunday night into Monday morning, we are going to continue this week's fun with the Daniel Jones and company crew. So I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. I'm just saying I can't wait for next week.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mark Twan, 3117 scans. Hand purple peace. I don't know how to read those, Yam. I'm so sorry. I'm old school. But we definitely appreciate all of you guys joining. We know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with us. We definitely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love. And Chase says, need do-rag John Allen to show up.
Yeah.
Take us home, Simple.
Make sure y'all join the crew. It's me and you, BigSimple 422. Let's go.
Peace out,